A lesson in respect. When rowdy bikers picked on the wrong mom. The golden afternoon sun bathed Pine Ridge Park in a warm glow, casting long, shimmering streaks across the open fields. Families dotted the landscape, enjoying the perfect day. The sound of children's laughter filled the air as they ran barefoot through the soft grass, their kites soaring high against the endless blue sky. Birds flitted from tree to tree, chirping a cheerful melody that only added to the peaceful atmosphere. Among the many parkgoers sat Sarah Lawson, a devoted single mother of two, watching her children play near the swings. Emily, 8 years old, and her younger brother Jake, just 5, were lost in their own world of make-believe, giggling as they built castles in the dirt. Sarah sat quietly on a wooden bench, book in hand, though her eyes never truly left her kids. She had been through a lot, more than most could ever imagine. After her husband walked out on them without a second thought, she had fought tooth and nail to keep their little family afloat. Resilient, fiercely protective. These weren't just words, they defined her. But today, Sarah was about to be tested in a way she never expected. Just as she flipped the page of her book, the deep, throaty rumble of motorcycle engines shattered the peaceful silence. The sound grew louder, then stopped abruptly as a group of bikers roared into the parking lot. The Iron Fangs, a notorious gang known for their arrogance and love of intimidation. They weren't outright criminals, but they thrived on making people uncomfortable, especially those they saw as easy targets. Dressed in worn leather jackets and heavy boots, the men stomped toward the concession stand, their loud voices laced with crude jokes and bursts of laughter. One biker in particular, a hulking man with a thick beard and a skull tattoo snaking up his neck, suddenly slowed his stride, his sharp eyes locking onto Sarah. A wicked grin stretched across his face. "Well, well, well," he sneered, nudging one of his companions. "What do we have here? Looks like we got ourselves a lonely little lady soaking up the sunshine." His words dripped with mockery, and the others chuckled, their eyes gleaming with amusement. Another biker, a lean man with a long scar slashing across his cheek, whistled in a taunting manner. Sarah, having dealt with men like this before, chose to ignore them, keeping her focus on her book. But their leader, a man known as Razor, wasn't the type to be brushed off so easily. With slow, deliberate steps, he sauntered toward her, standing too close for comfort. "Hey there, sweetheart," he drawled, his voice thick with condescension. "What's a pretty thing like you doin', all alone out here?" Sarah inhaled deeply, keeping her composure as she lifted her gaze. "I'm here with my kids," she said firmly, her voice unwavering. "And I'd appreciate it if you left us alone." The gang erupted into laughter. Another biker, a stocky man wearing a red bandana, smirked. "Oh, feisty one, huh? We like that." Razor leaned in, his breath warm against her face. "Come on now, sweetheart. No need to be so cold. We're just being friendly." Sarah's jaw tightened. She wasn't afraid, but she knew men like this only backed down when they were forced to. "I said leave us alone." Just then, Jake came running up, clutching his small toy truck. His tiny voice broke the tension. "Mommy, can I have some ice here?" The boy froze mid-sentence, his bright eyes widening in fear as he noticed the rough-looking men towering over his mother. Razor's smirk deepened. "Oh, is this your little guy?" he asked mockingly. He reached out as if to ruffle Jake's hair. In an instant, Sarah was on her feet, placing herself between the biker and her son. Her protective instincts flared, her eyes blazing. "Don't him." The gang chuckled, but before Razor could push his luck any further, a new voice cut through the air like a blade. "I'd listen to her if I were you." The bikers whipped their heads around, their expressions shifting from amusement to something else entirely. Standing just a few feet away, radiating absolute confidence, was a tall, broad-shouldered man. His posture was calm but carried an unmistakable air of danger. His sharp blue eyes locked onto the gang with a steady, almost predatory gaze. Sarah felt a wave of relief wash over her. It was Logan Lawson, her older brother. But Logan wasn't just any man. He was a Navy SEAL. Razor squinted at him, sizing him up. And who the hell are you supposed to be? Logan's gaze remained cool. I'm her brother, he stated flatly. His tone carried no bravado, only a simple, undeniable fact. And you're about 2 seconds away from making the biggest mistake of your life. A tense silence settled over the park. Parents and children had stopped to watch, their eyes darting between the bikers and the newcomer. One of the gang members, shifting uneasily, muttered, "Oh great, another tough guy." Logan didn't even blink. He took a slow, deliberate step forward, his body language sending a clear message. "You've got 2 choices," he said, his voice deadly calm. "Turn around and walk away. Or find out exactly how bad of an idea this is." Razor scoffed, though there was a flicker of doubt in his eyes. "Big talk, buddy." Logan smirked. "You wanna find out if it's just talk?" The air around them grew heavy. Even Sarah could feel the shift. One of the smarter bikers nudged Razor's arm. "Come on, man. Let's go. This dude looks like trouble." For a moment, Razor hesitated, weighing his options. But then, with an irritated grunt, he spat on the ground and turned away. "Whatever. This place is lame anyway." With that, the Iron Fangs mounted their motorcycles and roared out of the parking lot, their bravado disappearing along with the sound of their engines. Sarah exhaled sharply, only now realizing how tightly she had been gripping Jake's hand. Logan turned to her, his lips curling into a mischievous smirk. "You okay, sis?" Sarah rolled her eyes, but her gratitude was undeniable. "Yeah, perfect timing. As always." Logan crouched down and playfully ruffled Jake's hair. "Hey, little man. You keeping an eye on your mom?" Jake grinned proudly. "Yeah, but you scared those bad guys away." Logan chuckled. "That's what big brothers are for." Sarah shook her head, laughing. "You haven't changed one bit." "Nope," Logan said, throwing an arm around her shoulder. "And I never will." As the sun began to set over Pine Ridge Park, the family sat back down, reclaiming their peaceful afternoon. But deep in her gut, Sarah couldn't shake a feeling. The Iron Fangs didn't seem like the type to back down easily. And Logan, he wasn't about to let his guard down either.